by slot, so to say. I am, of course, exaggerating, but not by much. To give you another example, speakers of Slavic languages like Ukrainian or Bulgarian certainly had an easier time with Russian than did Hungarians or Estonians. But as we have seen, that's not really important. Russian was, and still is, learned and used by millions of people as a lingua franca, even though no one has ever described its grammar as simple. Not to the best of my knowledge, anyway. If, by some extraordinary miracle, the Soviet Union had done better in the Cold War than it did, I might be speaking Russian to you now instead of English, and you would understand. Attic Greek served as a lingua franca for several centuries, despite the fact that it had about 350 regular verbs, and even those verbs that were regular could still have dozens and dozens of different forms. Generations of teachers brutalized generations of students with the intricacies of Latin grammar, and the whole time everyone thought that, as the language of scholarship, Latin was a perfect choice, precisely because its structure was so awe-inspiring. Modern Standard Arabic is in some ways more complex than any of the Arabic vernaculars, but somehow I don't think we'll be seeing any proposals to simplify it anytime soon. Both French and English are a pain to spell and an extreme pain to pronounce. French has a dozen different vowel sounds where most languages manage just fine with 5, and English actually has more than a dozen. Both French and English have horribly complex consonant clusters. These clusters, these combinations of consonants, are especially difficult to pronounce for speakers of East Asian languages, such as Vietnamese. Nevertheless, Vietnamese people learned French when France occupied their country. And now that English has emerged as the global lingua franca, for a number of non-linguistic reasons, they're learning English. In other words, given the right circumstances, any language can entertain the ambition of becoming more or less universal, at least for a time.